So let's start today's class. In the yesterday's class, I have demonstrated about UCS and WCS and how you can change UCS. So let me do some revise. And this is the UCS icon you can see. And at the origin, you can see this square. That means right now your UCS is aligned with WCS. So how you can identify that your UCS is aligned? When you get this square at the origin of your UCS, you will understand that your WCS is aligned with UCS, and here it will be highlighted that right now your UCS is aligned with WCS, and you will get the result accordingly. So whatever we create in AutoCAD, those are based on points. So every object is combination of points in various direction. So if I talk about line, so line is combination of points in a particular linear direction, and circle and arc, those are in circular or 360 direction, combination of points. So we will place minimum number of points so that in lesser time we can create our objects easily. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So Dipanshu, please check your audio. Okay. So let's continue. So I was talking about line. So here we will create line segment. So for creating line segment, we will place 2 points. So this is the icon for line. You can activate this line with the help of command. So the command is L enter. You can type L enter to activate line command. So where you will type it, you have this line, command line window. There you will type, and any command you can activate through command line window. Now, let me talk about absolute coordinate system. So absolute coordinate system is uh, whenever you calculating any point, you are calculating from the origin. And when I'm talking about the origin in AutoCAD, that means it is UCS origin. Okay. So your absolute coordinate system will always be calculated from the origin, and origin means UCS origin. Now we have two coordinates, that is Cartesian coordinate and polar coordinate. Okay. So Cartesian coordinate, when you calculate the values or the location, let me be precise that whenever you are identifying any location or you are calculating any location based on x, y, and z direction. Okay, based on these three dimension, you are identifying any location, then that is called Cartesian coordinate. And if you are identifying any point location in 360 direction, then it is polar coordinate. And these two coordinates can be absolute and relative. So I have already mentioned about absolute. So whenever you are specifying this or calculating from the origin, then it is absolute. So it can be absolute Cartesian, it can be absolute polar. And we have also relative. So relative, that means whenever you are calculating based on these coordinates from the last point you have or from the previous point, so that will be taken as relative. That can be relative absolute, relative Cartesian, sorry, my mistake, relative Cartesian and relative polar. So now let me give you example of absolute Cartesian and absolute Cartesian and relative Cartesian. Okay, so you know the what is called Cartesian, that is when you are identifying any location based on this three dimension x, y, and z. that is your Cartesian. And if you are calculating from the origin point, that will be absolute Cartesian. And if you are calculating from the last point you have, that is relative Cartesian. So let me show you. So I have taken the line command and I'll be specifying 0, comma 0. So the first point is 0, comma 0. Why 0, comma 0? So the value for x and y is 0 right now. And I can also specify the z value, that will be 0 also. So as because I'm viewing from the top, so my z axis is negligible right now. So I'm ignoring my z axis value. So 0, comma 0, and you press enter. Okay, press enter and your line has been started at this point. Okay, so right now I have this dynamic input on. The functional key to on this and off dynamic input is F12. So you can control either with this icon to off your dynamic input mode, and you can also control with F12 functional key. Okay, right now at the beginning, I'm deactivating this dynamic input mode and my line has been started at the point, and the next value, the next point coordinate value I will place, like, let me place 50, comma 0. So the x value is 50 and the y value is 0. So the values are being calculated from the origin, that is UCS origin. So let's type 50, comma 0, enter. And here you can see that based on this 2.0, comma 0 and 50, comma 0, we have created one line segment. So this is one line segment. And this one line segment is an individual object. And from the last end of your previous segment, it will continue to create another segment. So you don't have to place 2 points now. You just have to place another point for the new segment, for this new segment. So for this new segment, let me place the coordinate value, which will be calculated from the origin. So let me place 50, comma 50 and press enter. And you have created this line segment. So now let's create another. So for that, I will go with 0, comma 50. So the right now the x value is 0 and then the y value will be 50. So which will be calculated from the origin. So from this origin, there will be no x direction, and in y direction, it will take 50. At that point, the segment will be created. So 0, comma 50, press enter. And there you can see. Okay. And here you can go for the close. So what does this close mean? It means from the last point and at the end point, it will connect the segment. From the last point, wherever you are right now, and at the beginning point, you have started with this line command. It will connect that's those 2 points with a segment. Okay, so let's click on this close and it has connected. Now let me do one thing. Just a second, guys. All right, so let's continue. Now let me do one thing, that change this UCS position. Now I'll change the origin as well. So how I'm doing it, I'm selecting this UCS icon, then with this grip point at the origin, I'm clicking and dragging at any location. I'll be placing it at any random location, and then I'll change the x-axis direction, and the y-axis will be perpendicular or 90-degree with the x-axis, and z-axis will be perpendicular with the both axes. So right now this is my UCS currently, and there you can see these. Okay, there you can see, right? Okay, so now let me do one thing, that is I'll be creating another line there. Okay, you can do it. So let me create another line so that you can understand that this coordinate works according to your UCS. I will put the same values 0, 0. This is the first point. So you can see that it has started from the UCS origin. Now let me go for the next value, that is 50, 0, and press enter. And you can see, as per your UCS X direction, X positive direction, it has created the another. Okay, so let me quickly type all the next values, 50, 50, enter. And then let me go with 0, 50, enter. And the final is 0, 0, or you can close it. So let me close. Now you can understand, right? Now suppose you have changed this UCS, and as per this direction, suppose this is going to be the project north direction. This is going to be the project north direction. So you will be working in this direction. Suppose just let's assume it, and you won't change this UCS. So, but for few parts of your drawing, you want the result as per the WCS, like this, as per the original length direction and width direction, you want some result. So without changing your UCS and without aligning it back to WCS, how you can get it? So for that, what you have to do is you have to put star in the prefix. For all the values, you have to put stars in the prefix so that you can get the result as per the WCS direction, or as per WCS, which is fixed, your X direction, your Y direction, Z direction. So let me go with star 0, 0, and enter. And there you can see. So this was the UCS origin. This was the UCS origin, right? So now let me do one thing. Let me go with the negative values so that I can I don't overlap on this drawing. So star in -50, 0, enter, and there you can see. And then again go for star, and then from this origin it will be -50, 50. So let's go for -50, 50, enter. And then let's go for star, then 0, -50, enter. And then you can go for close, or star 0, 0 will be the last point. At this point you will close it. Okay, so this is how your coordinate system works. Your UCS and WCS works in AutoCAD, and you can select your UCS and place your mouse on this origin, and you can select this world so that your UCS get back to the WCS. Okay, it will align back to the W6. Now you also notice one thing, that your crosshair is changed also as per the UCS, right? Now let me get back my WCS as per the world coordinate system. Okay, what you have drawn. And I hope you understand how your WCS and UCS works in AutoCAD. So the main thing is UCS. As per your UCS, AutoCAD will create all the diagrams and all the objects. Now, this was the example with absolute Cartesian coordinate system. Now let me draw any diagram with a relative coordinate system. So as I mentioned, that relative Cartesian will be calculated from the last point, always from the last point. So let me create any diagram. So here I will start. Let me start from this 0, comma 0. So your first point will always be absolute because you don't have any other point, right? So that will be the absolute point because within this WCS, within this model space, you have your WCS, and from the origin you can calculate all the points. So it will be always, the first point will always be absolute Cartesian or absolute. So let me specify 0, comma 0, and then I will go for like at the rate. So now for the next point also, it is being calculated from the origin. So like your last point is also from the origin. So it will be the same result, but it is calculating from the last point. But right now your last point is the origin point, so you will get the same result even. So let me type it at the rate like 0, comma 15 and enter, and there you can see. Now from this point it will calculate. Okay, now at the rate. So when you press at the rate, so that means AutoCAD will understand it has to calculate from the last point. So at the rate, and now let me go for 25, comma 0. Okay, why 0? From this point, there will be no y direction. But if you are calculating from the origin, so that means you have the y direction. So from this point, in x direction, I will place 25. But from this point, there is no point in y direction. So at the rate means it is calculating from the last point, which is this point. So at the rate 25, comma 0 and press enter. Okay, so let me complete this. Now at the rate 0, comma 15, enter. I hope you understand. This point is calculated from this point, which is the last point. And right now for the upcoming point, this point will be the last point, or this is the previous point. So from this point at the rate 25, comma 0, enter. And again at the rate 0, comma 15, enter. At the rate 25, comma 0, enter. Okay, now let me go for at the rate 0, comma minus 75, enter. Sorry, minus 50. It will be minus, sorry, 45. At the rate 0, comma minus 45, enter. And now I can close it, or from this distance, if I want to place at this point, so it will be calculated from this point. So what will be the value at the rate minus 75 comma 0, enter, and there you have, you can close. Okay, so this how your relative Cartesian system works. Okay, now let me talk about polar coordinate system. So polar coordinate system, when you calculate with the length of your line or the distance, you are not putting any coordinate value in respect of x, y, and z. You are placing the distance, and in 360 direction where it will be placed, you are placing that angle. Then you are placing or you are creating an object. So how it works, let me show you that. Before showing it, let me talk about something like you have to keep this in mind. That is, these are the direction. About the positive direction and negative direction, you have to keep in mind. And what is the initial angle that you have to keep in mind. So just a second, let me go for it. Okay, just let me go with the polyline. Uh, so about the polyline and all this, I will come back. Definitely, I will demonstrate and I will describe. Now let me quickly create it. So let me go with this width now. Okay. If you are going in this direction, so this will be positive. This direction is going to be positive. And if you are going in this direction, so that it will be negative. Okay. And this is the east direction. You can see this is east direction. So this is the initial direction. This is east and this one is north, this one west, and this one is south. Let me quickly place it. And here also for this text, you can place some symbols there like this degree. Okay, so this one is east and this one is north. That can be either 90 degree, okay, 90 degree, or it can be minus 270 degree, right? And this one can be both the same 180 degree, minus 180, and this one will be positive 270 degree or minus 90. Okay, so these things you have to keep in mind. All right. So let me just change the color properties for this. Okay. For this also, let me go with this red color here. Okay. Now, let's talk about the polar coordinate system, about the values polar coordinate. So let me draw any line segment with the polar. So let me draw the previous diagram with the polar values. So for that, I will go with if I go with absolute polar, so that I have to draw. So that will be calculated always from the origin. Okay, so let me just reposition it there. Okay, so let's go with the line, and the first point will be 0, comma 0, and press enter. And from this origin, you have to calculate the initial direction. You have to identify the initial direction, and from that initial direction you have to calculate the angle value, and you have to calculate the distance. So at the rate, let me go with the same thing, at the rate 75, and in which direction you will be placing this 75 distance. That 75 can be placed in any angle within this 360 degree, right? It can be placed in 45-degree angle direction. It can be placed 0-degree direction. So as per the diagram, you will identify the angle. So you know that this is the east direction and that is the value 0. So at the rate 75. Now for placing angle, you will put less than symbol. I hope it is visible in the screen. Okay. At the rate 75 less than, then the angle value. So the angle value is 0 and press enter. Okay. Just I hope this is visible at the rate 75 less than 0. So you have to type this less than symbol and then press enter. And here you can see from this. So this is calculated. If you provide at the rate, so that means it will be calculated from the last point. So as because your last point was the same origin point, so you can also type at 75 less than 0. You can type 75 less than 0 and press enter. And there you can see from the origin it has calculated. Now from the other point, that is from this point, the distance is at 45. But from this point, if you are calculating what will be the point distance, so that is really difficult to identify what is the distance from this point. So I have to do lots of calculation to calculate the distance for this point from the origin of my UCS. That is really hectic. In the diagram, it will not be provided from a fixed point. All the calculation, all the distance, it will not be provided from any particular point, right? So for that, we have that relative. So here I'll be applying a relative polar. Okay, so that is simple. You are calculating from the last point, and the same thing will be applied. From the last point, your distance will be calculated, and from the last point, your angle direction will be calculated as well. So from this direction, I'll be going towards north in the 90-degree direction, right? So at the rate, then provide the distance, that is 45, and less than, again, 90-degree direction, right? And press enter. There you can see, right? Now let me provide in this direction. So at the rate, it will be 25, then less than 180-degree. Okay. At the rate, now go for 15, then less than, this is 270-degree direction or towards south. Now at the rate, go for 25, less than 180, enter. Okay, so at the rate 15, less than 270, enter. Sorry, I have provided minus 270. So you can see that minus 270 is equals to 90-degree. It has moved upward direction. Now let me undo. At the rate 15, less than 270, enter. And now at the rate 25, less than 180-degree, enter. And now close it. And there you can see. Now let me go with a different diagram. So I will take line. Now I'll be creating a star diagram of a star, which will maintain the 60-degree between angle. So let me draw one line, and the distance of each line segment is 30. So let me put my first point on any random coordinate value, and then I'll go with at the rate. So it can calculate from the last point. The rate 30, at the rate 30, less than 0-degree, enter. And then I have to draw in this direction so that it can maintain 60-degree with this previous line. Okay, so it will maintain the inner angle 60-degree, but I will not place with the 60-degree. You know that from the initial angle, 60-degree is in this direction. 60-degree is in this direction, right? So from the east, it will take the 60-degree. So from the east direction, I have to calculate what is the angle for the placement of this line. And if I place on the right angle, then only it can maintain the 60-degree with this line. So it's maintaining the 60-degree with this line, but I'm placing and calculating the angle from the initial direction, that is my east. and in the positive direction. I'm calculating the angle value. So the length is 30, and then at the rate, what will be the angle? So let me place it. Let me place this so that you can identify. Let me place it on here. Okay. So you can see that from this point, this is east, this is north, this is west. So right now we have this line already created, and from this line, it's going 60° more. So the total angle will be 180 plus 60°, right? So at the rate, go for this line. The first point was there, and at the rate, then 30 less than 240. Enter. Okay, that is created now. Now I have to maintain another this with this 60°. I have to maintain this one. Okay. So for that, let me draw it. Now what I'll do, I'll place it on here so that you can identify it. Okay. So go for the line, start from it, and then at the rate. If at the rate value, and then 30, that is the distance, and then you have to specify the angle. So right now, what will be the angle? So you'll be maintaining 60° with this line, right? You'll be maintaining 60° with this line. So it will be like, let me go with at the rate, sorry, at the rate 30 less than, then it will be total 120° with this line, right? So it will be like minus 60. You can put minus 60. So minus 60 and press enter there. Okay. Now let me draw it from this direction. It will be better for me. So at the before that, let me place all this here. Okay. So from this point, it will maintain again 60° with this, right? So from this direction, it is going this direction, right? If I'm calculating from this line, it's maintaining 60° with this line, and this is the 180° direction, and it's going this in this negative direction, that is clockwise. So the value is minus 60° from this direction. And if I calculate from the zero, I will always have to calculate from the initial, that is 0. So 180° minus 60. So the total angle is 120°. So at the rate 30 less than 120. Enter. Okay. Now let me create another line from here. Okay. So now I have to maintain the 60° with this line as well. Okay. So I hope you can understand if this one is 60 degree. So this angle is this angle is 90 degree, right? And here I'm creating 60 degree with this line, 60 degree with this line, and this will be equally with this. Uh, if you draw this vertical line, so it will be 30 degree in this direction. You can be sure. So for that, let me just don't have to assume it. You can have this. So this is the total angle of this three angle. The total angle of this three angle is 180 degree, right? So this is 60 degree, this is 90 degree, and the remaining is 30 degree, right? So if it is 30 degree and this one is 90 degree and you have to draw in this direction 30 degree. So what will be the angle? It will be the same 240 degree. I hope you can understand. Let me know if you have any doubt. At the rate 30 less than 240 and enter. So 30 degree with this vertical line and 60 degree with this horizontal direction means from the 180 degree direction, I have to place in 60 degree towards this anti-clockwise positive direction. So the total angle from east is 240 that I have created. Okay, so at the rate 30 and less than 180 degree, enter. Now you can do this at the rate 30 less than, that can be minus 60, right? Minus 60, enter. And at the rate 30 less than, what will be the angle? This is the same. This is the same, right? So at the rate 30 less than 240, enter. Okay. So next at the rate 30 less than 0, enter. At the rate 30 less than this one. So it will go minus 60 again. Enter. At the rate 30, that will be positive 60 now. 60, enter. And now you can close it, or uh, at the rate 30 less than 0 degree, enter, that you have created. Okay. All right, so this how your coordinates work. You have Cartesian coordinates, you have polar coordinates, and based on the calculation origin point, you have absolute and you have relative. So you have absolute Cartesian, relative Cartesian, you have absolute polar and relative polar. Okay, so you can also do this if you're placing on this here, can place it like this, X. So this is right now, this is the uh, positive direction of, this is the positive direction, this direction, and this is the initial direction for the angle. Right now you can understand that this is the initial direction as per your UCS, and this is the direction for north. Your Y positive is the direction for the north. Okay, so as per that, you will provide this direction like -60. This direction will be -60. Okay. So now let me position it this way. Okay. And again, this one goes in the negative direction. This will be -60. So you don't have to worry about uh, calculation of your angle. And this can be your absolute polar now. This can be your absolute polar now. So if this the direction, so better you align with the x direction. Okay, and this will be the positive direction. This is negative direction, that is clockwise direction. So this way also you can work for it. Okay, so like this. Let me draw this line. If this is the origin, so L enter 0, 0, enter, and there you can see at the origin it is created, and it will be calculated from this initial direction towards the positive value. If you put the positive value, so it will go towards anti-clockwise direction. So you don't have to put at the rate. So the value is 30 and less than, it will go towards 120. Enter, and there you can understand. As per your UCS right now, this is 120 degree. So you see that I have placed the absolute polar 30 less than 120. So this way also you can achieve it. Place the origin and then you can align the UCS. Okay. And if you try to draw this, so from this point 0, 0, enter, and 30 less than, it will be 60 degree from this initial direction. Okay. Hope you understand. So this is all about your coordinate system in AutoCAD. Okay. I will provide you some diagrams for creating with this coordinate values, like either you can go with absolute or relative or relative polar. Okay, you have to practice those diagrams. I will provide you. Okay. So let me go for it. Now I will tell you about this polyline option. So this polyline can create continuous segment. With the continuous segment can create a single object, and with the polyline you can create arc as well. Within the segment you can create arc, you can provide line thickness, you can provide line width within the polyline. So let me cover this polyline right now. So if you are continuing your segment, if you are continuing your segments, so it will create one single element. So I'm right now tracking this snap points, these two snap points where it will meet. So for that snap tracking, I have to on the F11, that is the functional key for object snap tracking, so that I can easily track these intersection snap points. Okay. And there you can see this is the single element right now. Is the single element. So with this polyline, you can create single element if your segments are continued. If your segments are connected, you can create single element. Now let me go with this polyline, and you can also create arc as well. So now let me on this ortho mode so that I can have straight line. It restricts your crosshair between 0 degree, 90 degree, 180 and 270 so that you can get straight lines. So you can easily create arc as well within this segment. And you can provide the next point as per this angle, center, close, direction, and all of this option. So when I'll describe about this arc, you will understand about this point. So the first point is specified, and about the end point, you can go with the angle. As per the angle direction, your next point will be specified, and center, direction, all of these are available here. So when I'll describe about arc, you will understand about all these options. So now let me go with the random values. So you can see that from the last end, it's continuing this arc, right? And now if you want to get back your line, so you can have your line back. So for that, click on this line option and you will get back your line. Okay. Now let me track this. And if you want to close it. All right. So like this, you can create. Now let me go with the polyline again, and let me click on this start point here, and let me create one segment from this point to another point, that is my segment. And you can provide width, line width, so that you can provide either half of the width or you can provide full width. So we have these options. Click on this width and let me provide the start width. So the start width is, let me go with 5, enter, and for the ending width, let me go with 0. So it is too less. Let me go with the starting with 50, enter, and the ending with is 0, enter. And there you can see. So for this segment, when I'm creating another segment, so from this point, the starting width is 50, and no matter wherever you end for this segment, your ending width will be 0. And accordingly, you will have this. So for creating arrow, you can use this option, and this will be your a single element. Okay, you don't have to worry about like creating with line and filling this. Okay, so with this polyline, you can easily create this single element. So this is about polyline. We have some option for creating circles. So creating circles, we have 6 different methods. Okay, 6 different methods we have. So if you categorize all the 6 different methods in 3 category. So the first category is center based, the second category is point based, and the third category is tangent based. So if you choose the first category, these two option is center based. The first option you will find placing center, and these are point based. So as per your point, it will be created, and as per your tangent object, these two tan radius and tan will be created. This tan cannot be created by command. It will be only created by this icon. So let's go for the center radius. So you have to specify the center first, and then you specify the radius. So let me go with the radius value. So this you can specify the radius distance from the center with your mouse pointer as well, or else you can type the value. Okay, so this is your circle you have created. You can go with the same thing, center diameter, center, and what is the diameter distance, As per that, you will have your model, your circle. Okay. So let me go with this center, and this is the diameter. This is the distance for the diameter. So from this center uh, to this point, this is the total distance of this diameter. Okay. It is not the distance for radius. You have taken the distance from the center to this point. The total distance between these 2 points is the distance for your diameter of this circle. So that you can specify with uh, mouse, or else you can type the value. Okay. Now let me draw another one, that is 2 point. So if you have points like this, first point and second point, then you can place easily without finding any center point. You can place this circle very easily with this 2 points. So these 2 point you're placing the diameter endpoints of your circle. You're just specifying those 2 points. All right. So let me delete this one. And now let me go with this 3 point. So the first point you were specifying, then the second point, and then the third point you were specifying. So based on these 3 points, you can see based on this 3 point, you have created your circle. All right. Let me show you again the first point, the second point, and then the third point. And based on that, based on this 3 point, your circle will be created. Okay. And you have tangent radius option is also there. So the tangent object, like this is your tangent object and this is your tangent object, and you can specify the radius. Let me go with 60 is the radius, and there it is placed. Okay. And if you want to uh, trim this corner, you can trim this corner and trim the other parts as well. So for that, we have this trim option available. So you can go with the trim. So I'm right now using 2021 version so that I can go with this single click. If you are using with the older version, so that if you click on this trim, you have to press enter again, and then you can apply the trim option. And you can also activate with command, as because I'm right now using the latest version of AutoCAD 2021. So I can press single enter with the TR command, and I can activate the trim. And if you are using older version, so that you have to press double enter, TR double enter, then you can activate in older version. So the trim you can apply like this. Let's go for tangent tan. So based on 3 tangent object, your circle will be created. And after that, you can apply trim option. Okay. So this is how we'll be creating our circles. So as per the diagram, you have to find out which way is suitable for you and which will help you to create your diagrams easily. I hope till now it is cleared. If you have any queries, you can ask me. If you have any doubt, please solve that out. Thank you guys.